ああ、もう誰か教えてくれ。魔王の俺が奴隷エルフを嫁にしたんだが、どうめでればいい？
Archdemon's dilemma has posed a dilemma for ya boy. Dom from the Otaku room. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing swell. Okay, so this was episode number 6 of Archdemon's Dilemma, and it really has posed a dilemma for me. I think I am kind of like, before I hit record, I was like, am I falling out of love with the show? Is that the word? I'm falling out of like, and I don't think it's love. I think I'm falling out of interest with this show, and that kind of hurts me a little bit because I think for the first 3 or 4 episodes of the show, it really established itself as this really charming, like really, really charming show. And it was exuding charm with these two individuals who grew up very, very different worlds, but both had a very scarred past. And these two individuals that had these scarred past finding love in a place that they never thought before. And it kind of represented, them falling in love, and kind of how a demon or an archdemon or a mage, how a mage and an elf can fall in love for her to become the elf bride or whatever else. And I really love that concept, and I still really love that concept. But I think like a lot of other shows that have decided to do these similar missteps or mishaps, I think it's trying to broaden too much, and I think it's trying to go to too many places where really we just need to rein it back in, and it needs to just be this awkward slice of life romance of two estranged fairy tale fantasy type characters falling in love slowly, while it has comedic effects, and it brings in other characters that aren't intruding on the main plot, that isn't some world ending it's just they're just coming in, and they're just kind of like going through like, oh, this is your dragon girl who's kind of disrupting the theme. This is the night girl, and I still think they're gonna do some of this, but here's the night girl who maybe she has a thing for Zagan too, and harem or competition, But the last couple of episodes with and then they had Barbados, right? So the last couple of episodes with Barbados, and him now, instead of being like the one consistent friend, which I guess he's still a friend, they made up in a way, but instead of him being the one awkward weird friend that he just so happens to have, he decided that he actually wanted to murder him, and he actually wanted to kill him and get revenge. And it was like a 10 or 15-year plot line in the making. And he stole his girl, and he stole his other night girl, and he gets his ass whooped regardless, and all this other stuff. And then they introduce like, oh, well, they actually summon demons. This is in talks about this episode. They summon demons, and demons are like this super powerful thing. And now they introduce him, they're gonna come back in, and he became an archdemon through this thing, and then he's gonna have certain archdemon responsibilities types of things. And like, I just feel in my heart, like the charming mage elf love, I just feel like it kind of strayed away, from that a bit, and where it kind of led us to wasn't as charming and wasn't as interesting as the lead up to changing it. And I hope I'm doing a good job of explaining that. But like, that's really how I feel. And like in this episode, right, we have Barbados, and Zagan comes in. He's like, that's my girl. Don't touch my girl. And he's like, I always knew you were trying to plot something, homie. And he's like, well, why'd you let me? He's like, well, I was interested to see what you gonna do. And he's like, papu. And he's like, pa. He's like, I'm an archdemon now. Pa. And he, and then he punches the ground, and then he embarrasses bro, and he summons a demon. But the demon is actually subjective to him based on his little hand drawing archdemon thing. And now he has the ability to summon a demon, I guess. And that's going to lead him into his other, bigger plot of demons and stuff. And then At first, I was like, oh, he's gonna kill Barbados, and he doesn't. And I was like, good. I'm glad he didn't kill Barbados, uh, because that is his one friend. Even if their relationship is strained and weird and awkward and a lot of other things, that's his one friend. You know what I mean? They've been messing around since they were kids, and like, they're weird, but they're friends. And he saved them, and he's like, and then he couldn't confess right to Neffy, and that was pretty on point. And he's like, I was like, oh, he's gonna ask her to marry him, and he's like, no, instead he's like, you belong to me, and I was like, I did like that. And then we have the night girl who she has decided to quit being a knight, and I'm guessing maybe she's gonna come and live with Zagan or something like that. And that's okay and interesting. I don't know. And maybe I didn't choose the right way to explain it, but it's lost the past couple episodes, episode 5, episode 6, ever since he kind of pushed away Neffy. And maybe it's intentional, but it just feels like it's lost something that felt very unique and made it like really stand out. And in episode 5 and episode 6, it kind of lost some of that. And this episode, although I was watching it, I can't say that I wasn't bored or, I don't super dislike it or anything. I think it was still a good, decent, I'll say decent serviceable episode. But I wasn't exactly like enthralled or like, when you can't take your eyes away. I felt my eyes kind of, oh yeah, okay. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, maybe I was bored. I don't know. It just lost something. So anyways, I hope it finds it again. If it doesn't though, I think the show's gonna end up being another anime like so many others with high potential that just didn't meet it. And I think, hey, is what it is. Anyways, I've talked about a lot of shit. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. How are you feeling about the show? Maybe that little pizzazz, maybe a little something, maybe a little sprinkle. Maybe it still has that for you. Let me know that in the comments. For me though, next episode really has to bring me back in. Because this last couple episodes kind of lost me. So that's how I feel. Let me know your feelings in the comments below. And I'll see you next week, friends. Peace.